Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're doing the CC cheat sheet. This is where we go over your upcoming challenge circuit course for those of you in the CC, or for those of you qualifying, this will be, your course as well. So, Playa Arbolito by BS Petty. Haven't seen it, don't know what it looks like, but we're going to play your proper pin 1 and the blue tees, which are your round 1 tees. And then we're going to take a guess at the conditions. I don't know, obviously, what the first round conditions are, but we're going to play the medium winds, which you do have, east winds, which you do have this week at some point. And then it's going to be default fairways, firm greens, and fast greens, which these are conditions you have during the week. I just don't know which round. So let's get right into it. This is for season 2. It's going to be a little bit geared towards the changes that have happened in season 2. We'll talk about, what they've done and what I'm doing to try to combat that, as I don't play as much as, some of the other top players. So my swing's probably going to be junk today. I just want to throw that out there. Like I haven't played at like barely at all, so I would expect my swing to be really, really poor. They've changed transition, so transition is much harder to hit now. So previously everything was like, if you try to hit a partial shot, everything sucked you towards the proper number. So if we were trying to hit this shot, not say 95%, right? You'd bring your cursor back to here. You'd do this. You'd find the sweet spot, which is right near the top of your swing. And even if you were at say like 98% or 92%, it would all pull that to the 95%. It would come up perfect. That is not the case anymore. I'll show you as we go here if I need to hit partials. It is much, much more difficult to hit the partials. I think the way we combat that is by using choke shots, right? So we'd have our approach, say we needed to choke this down. We'd choke it down. They did not affect the contact zones on your choke shots for whatever reason. Mine are smaller because I don't have choked unlocked in my skill tree. It's something I have to go back and do, but I'm a little low on VC right now, so you're probably not going to see me hit a lot of choke shots today, but that would be my big advice. And this would probably be a good time for it, right? We'd hit a choked, we're up 19, land in here somewhere, right? And then roll out to, like, ideally in here. I don't have that option, so we're going to hit this. It's going to be a little bit short. But what we're going to do also, we're just going to try to de-loft a little bit and try to help ourselves. So, see if we can hit a good swing. Start off with a birdie. We underswing it because, like I said, the transition is much harder. Even for the full, like, I found myself underswinging a lot and getting that full 100%. Something I'm going to have to just change in my swing. So, 151 green speeds. They're downhill. They fixed the markers on the greens, so prior to the patch, and again, like, this first hole is going to be slow, and then we'll get on with it, right? They used to default your marker, right? So this marker that's moving around right now, they defaulted to 120 green speeds. So they put your marker, the speed of your marker based on the fact that this was a 120 green. It's obviously not. It's a 150 green, which would put your marker at a different spot. They've fixed that. So now your marker is tied to the green speed for your starting point. So your starting point is going to be a little bit better on your putt weight. But to be honest, I'm still trying to figure out the proper way to get the best putt speed. Transition's much harder now, so I'm actually going to suggest you take a practice swing or two just to really try to find that spot on your putts. And then I think as you play more, you're going to find yourself hitting the number more often. But on our shorter putts, we're still extending them. We want to hit them hard, especially uphill putts. You don't want to hit them hard. All right, let's get into the management side of things, okay? You got a bump here, but I think you can play just driver straight up, A little bit close. Again, I haven't hit 100% swing yet because I'm not used to it. I've been swinging the same way since this game started. This ball is fucking buried, by the way. Did you see that thing just sit down in there? That's crazy. Don't know what my lie is. It doesn't really matter. It usually comes out, like, not that poorly. Let's see. I would expect, based on this lie, this to come up really short, but this is... Let's test it and see what it does. Yeah, it didn't. It came out just fine. I watched, not to throw shade at people, but I watched a YouTube video the other day that the person said recovery is the most important stat. You have to have recovery. You have to bump your recovery up. If you don't, you're gonna be punished severely for being in the rough. Dude, I'm sorry, guys. I've been in the rough plenty of times since this update. That is factually wrong. I underhit this, by the way, by a lot. It's factually wrong, guys. You don't need to bump your fucking recovery up to 80 to be good. It plays just the same as before. It's not that punishing. So, again, not to throw shade at people, but I just feel that it is poor information to be given out. 600-yard par 5. It's a long hole. You can't really power drive that, even in these winds. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to either choke a drive down into here, right, and bounce it up, right, so you don't lose the end of the fairway, or you're going to have to land one right here so it bounces over this hill and gets the extra distance. For me, I'm trying to get the extra distance because it's 609 yards. If I miss and go into the bunker, it's a 3-shot hole anyway. We pushed it. It's going to be fine. It's not going to reach that other fairway.
Second shot on the third.
It's a really difficult second. You don't really want to be down to the left. I'd rather be like in this hole over here. Just pump a 3-wood down there and see what happens. Got to hit it good or it's going to be short. That is awful. I told you my swing was going to be bad. And it is awful. So, alright, third hole. I think we just picked this. You don't want to... You got to be longer, obviously, than that hill. You got a little bit of backstop, so you can be a little bit long. It's not going to hurt you. I actually don't know that this gets there, though. We're on such a severe upslope. I think we have to actually play the splash shot. I'm going to play it a little long, though. Alright, so I'm going to play this to use this backstop, hopefully. It didn't use the backstop because that upslope played more than I thought it was going to, but because we played it long to be safe, it actually works out. We'll take our first birdie. I don't think I'm going to score well today based on just how my swing is. I didn't warm up and I'm not hitting perfect, so I'm probably going to struggle my way through this course, to be honest, guys. But all the advice stays the same. Up 9, the wind's helping a little bit. You want to land this just on the front of the green, which this should be okay. It's going to give us a long putt without putting backspin on it, but my shot's not good enough to start putting spin on right now. A little bit open. It's going to bounce up there. We did not hit the front of the green, not even close, but this actually will work out. It's a longer putt. Down 3. I'm not going to extend this one. These downhill putts are going to break a lot more than you think. I'm going to try to find that power. I underswung it. Yeah, I could tell. I was nowhere near the point that I was originally. I am playing on Legend too, which I think as far as like the transition stuff goes, from what I've heard, the transition stuff is a lot harder on Legend than Master. I don't know if that's true because I actually haven't played Master since the update, but I believe the people that have said that. There we go. There we go. Maybe we're warming up a little bit. Maybe we can actually show you guys a little something. Who knows? 81 yards. This is where I put on my wedges. I actually added transition. I have like 93 transition on my wedges. I did notice that, you know, once you get into the 90s, it does help. So we're up 9. Wind's gonna play just a bit, I think. Play this past the hole. See if we can hit a number. Underswung by a percent. It's actually a little short. It spins back. It's just fine. 91% would have been just a little bit better. 1% better. All right. Down an inch. I'm gonna hit this a little firm. I'm gonna attempt to hit it a little firm. Oh, I hit it too firm.
And for the par.
Nice putt, buddy. Absolute loser. 1 under through 5. Do you guys even trust that I know anything of what I'm doing? Anybody that comes in here new is gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy? He's birdied 1 hole. It was a par 5. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I can't lie. You're right. I stink. Good swing. It's right at it. Let's see if we can get a lucky bounce. Nah, not quite. It's a fantastic golf shot, though. Lands just on top of that hill. Leaves us a perfect little putt. We tap it in there, and all of a sudden we know what we're doing now. All right. 7th hole. Downwind. It's a longer hole. Tucked pin. The further left you are, the bigger advantage you have as far as like getting an angle at the green. But honestly, you just need to be in the fairway here. So don't do anything stupid. Just make sure you're in the fairway. Ball's a bit above my feet. Should break left. You do have obviously like right is death. When I'm looking at greens, like, and this is a good example. And it's an obvious example, but it's for the purpose of what we're trying to talk about here. It's a good hole for it. So, ball's getting pushed to the right. The wind is probably not going to actually blow that over to the left. You can't miss right. If you miss right, you're in this bunker. Or worst case scenario, you actually end up like the ball stops in here somewhere, which are really, really tough up and down. So if I miss right and end up on this hill, what are my odds of getting up and down? So getting up onto the green and making my putt. Probably like 80%. All right, so that's still pretty good, right? But there's a 20% chance I make a bogey from down here. If I miss left and I'm above this hill, what are the odds I get up, or I'm going to call it up and down. What are the odds I just 2-putt for par? Probably like 98%. All right, so 98%. That's pretty good, right? So we're not making bogey from up there. It's a bad miss, but it's not a real bad miss. And then from back here, right? Say we miss long, it runs around and it gives you a long pick shot. Still, that up and down is probably like a 90% chance. And then if you're short, like say you're really short, you end up in here, you're 2-putting that every time. So long story short, when I'm looking at a hole, and I can do this in a half a second, and you can too, I'm thinking like, where do I want to miss if I don't hit, you know, my shot? Which this hole does have a big area to miss on, right? Like you have all this that'll funnel you back down. I'm trying to make sure I aim so I do not end up in here even if I hit a bad shot. Long story short. So that's how I think about what I'm doing. So I'm going to aim it a little out to the right. I know I have a spot to miss left. I push closed it, and I under... Holy shit, what a bad swing. I did a lot of bad things there. I end up in a spot that is not that bad, though. Holy shit, that was a bad one. All right, longer putt. I'm not going to move the marker. I am going to find out what my putt weight is, though, and I find it right away. Missed it by a percent there. It's going to leave us short. It's not short, surprisingly. Slightly downhill, I guess, helps us out. Extend this one out to take the breakout, and we take our par. Hopefully that wasn't too long-winded, but that's kind of like what I do when I look at greens. Like where can I miss if I do miss, and why? My swing is such garbage. I think it's worth getting up here. even if you get a bad result like this.
All right, setting up in the fairway sand.
Gonna kind of take my medicine here, land it behind the hole. It's out of sand, so it should get a little bit of spin. Hit an okay shot. It is going to be behind the hole. Didn't want to land it short. We want to leave ourselves an opportunity to make a birdie, right?
Good look at this next putt. Well played out of that bunker, though.
I'm going to extend this just a tiny bit. Nice rhythm. I do that sometimes. There's nothing really much to say about it. Sometimes the rhythm, like, I get to the top of my swing and I forget to, like, push the stick forward. I get that nasty negative, like, 8%. It's a par, whatever. Par 5, 603, it's up the hill. It's only 2 feet up, but once we're in this hole, it's probably going to be like 20, 30 feet up. So if you feel good, hit power drive. I don't feel good, but I'm going to do it anyway because I know we all are, right? Everyone's going to do the same thing. So little push, it's going to be okay. Wind holds it up. It's a good enough swing that we get away with it. 354. Maybe we get a chance now to get up there in 2. It's going to be, I don't know what this is going to do. Let's try it. It depends if it gets up that hill. Little push. It's going to bounce left off this hill, but it's also going to help kill the ball. Is it going to stay up here? No, it's not. It's going to feed off the back. It's a really tough shot to get up at that pin. I think a lot of people are probably going to end up in this area. They changed the chipping. So the chips actually check up now. So I could probably play this full, land it at the top of this hill, and it will probably check up. Could also play a pitch, more than likely. Yeah, I could. I could play a pitch. But for the sake of, let's see what this chip does. So this 100% chip a week ago would have flown fucking 20 feet past the hole. Let's hit it 100% and see what it does. This is for science. This is for everybody. Lands on the upslope. It checks and doesn't even reach the hole. But it checks up and gives you an easy up and down. It gave me a chance to make it. And that's all you can ask for. That, like, for me, nobody should be super flopping that anymore. A lot of people are probably still super flopping that. You need to start hitting chip shots. You need to start giving yourself a chance to make those. All right, down 12, wind's in us. If you could just land this in here somewhere, or it will release out. I just think that wind might be a little too strong. Try to de-loft it, get it out of the wind a little bit, and see if we can still reach this hill. %98 is going to be just fine. It cut right through that wind, no problem. Bounces out, releases out, and it could stop anytime. Now it's going to leave us a nice uphill putt from back here, I think. Extend it out. I want to take the break out of this putt. And we do. It goes dead straight. There we go. Back-to-back birdies. You're always trying to take some of the break out of those short putts. Try not to let it leave the hole. Another par 5, a little shorter this time, but it is into the wind. Let's just try to get one out there. All right, the swing's coming back now. A little bit. What's up, Jesse? Yeah, the early bird gets the worm. Yes, sir. Trying my best. 260. It's down 5. Wind's into us. Two irons not enough. So we gotta hit 3-wood. It's probably a partial 3-wood though. Let's see if we can get one up there. 96%. We hit the number right. We hit it open, which is fine. We could have hit this 100%. The wind took a lot out of that, but Short was much better than long there, so I'm okay with the 96% not reaching the hole. 100% could roll off the back to the right or to the left, so it's a good opportunity for eagle. We overhit it just a little bit, but I think we're in there. Beauty. There's an eagle. 6 under through 11. We're kind of working our way through the round now. Getting there a little bit. All right. Short par 4. You can't reach it. This is all about leaving yourself a number that you want. So you can probably get pretty close to the end of this. Do you want 50 to 60 yards, or do you want, 100 yards? That's going to be a question for you. Let's see what a drive looks like. I think this gets me to, like, because of the wind, I think we end up at like 70 yards in. Maybe even more than that because we hit it out to the right. So 89 yards uphill and into the wind. This is going to be short. You did an impossible challenge at St. Andrews on ultra firm, ultra fast. It was crazy. I'll have to watch that. I was thinking about doing that actually, Jesse, too, but you beat me to it, so you can have it. All right, we're up 13. The wind's into us. We're playing a partial, so the wind's probably not going to play as strong, but I don't want to land short. We're also on an upslope at my feet, so I got to take that into consideration. See if we can hit our points and hit the transition number. We missed it by 1%. We held it out to the right with that close, but we're up on the flat spot. So it could be worse.
I think this putt's just breaking slightly to the right.
No way, dude. Really?
3 feet left.
Really now? Okay. That's a bad missed putt, but we played that outside the hole right and somehow missed outside the hole left. All right. I think right side here gives you a better angle, so let's go for the right side of this bunker. Or push it straight into the bunker, get a kick. That is a lucky bounce. Do not put it in that bunker, guys. It's such a bad spot. That is such a bad spot. This isn't gonna get there. This is a little too long. Don't want to be short. The wind should cancel out that 7-foot of elevation. This should bounce up there. It's gonna go come off a little bit left. 94%. Like I talked about, that transition is so much harder to hit now, but it's a really good shot.
All right, this is for the bird.
Hit it firm. Don't let it break outside the hole.
Out there. That's your 5th birdie on the day. Okay, careful out there. We got a tailwind.
All right. We've got options. You can play a regular driver, and I think this at least gets through the rough. I don't know that it goes all the way to the green. You can hit power drive, which is what I'm going to do. They do have this spine right here. You're just going to have to get a little lucky, to be honest. You're going to have to get a little lucky. You're going to have to hit it well and then just hope you're somewhere near the hole. Or on the green, anyway. So let's see what happens here. Push closed. We lost some distance because of that. And we're going to end up... Actually, we're not going to end up in that bad of a spot. Yeah, this is okay. This is a chip for me. Gonna probably lose a little bit of the spin because we're in the rough. My goal here is just to get this up realistically on the left side of the pin somewhere. Oh, wow, that came out really hot. Okay, misjudged the distance on that shot. I thought it was uphill and it was in the rough, so I thought it would take a little bit more off. That's just a poorly judged shot there. We were left of the pin though, which is good. You got rated with 250 people? Who was it? That's crazy, dude. Hit it too hard.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, that's brutal, John. 100%.
All right,
We're going to walk away with a par.
for the
You should
par.
not walk away with a par here. You made a par, you
Par,
did something really poor.
and now
I
on
did
to number
something poor.
15,
I did something really
par
poor.
2.
Chief Beef? I wish Chief Beef rated me. I'll quit work. I'll quit work and just stream for the people. All right, we're kind of in between clubs here. It's a really long par 3. Short is not great. Long is honestly not that great either. If you end up on this tier, this putt's not that bad. Like, this is not a putt that is awful. Just kind of looking at options. You don't really want to miss to the right. It's not that bad over here, but I don't think this 4-iron gets there. I don't really want to hit a 2-iron, but I'm going to do it anyway. If that makes any sense. Little underswing, a little bit of a push.
Nice.
Let's see where this ends up. It's a little long too, so it's probably going to funnel back around kind of to where we talked about, but this putt's going to be worse than we had talked about because we got caught up on this part of the spline. It's not really a good putt. Not really a good shot. Not really a good putt. I was adding a lot of power to these uphill putts before. I don't think we have to do that anymore now that we've got the changes. This is a putt that you're going to want to hit the pace properly on though now.
Oh, this one's starting out okay.
We hit a good pace putt. It looks really nice.
Oh, come on, get
Is it
down.
going to go in? It's short. What a... No, wait. Let's go. That's how you make a putt from down there. Holy, what a putt.
At 8 under par.
Leave me a like for it.
And now
Please.
on to the par
Please.
4 at 16.
What a putt. All right. Hole 16. Everything kicks you right. You can land a little bit. Even if you land just in the rough over here, it's not going to kill you here. So we will show you just that. Bounces you right into the middle of the fairway.
Okay, this is about 155
Leaves us
yards.
155. Wind's hurting a little bit. You have a nice backstop behind the pin, so don't be afraid to be a little bit long here. Short is way worse. So we're going to play it past the pin. This wind should kill this, though, and it's up 14. We're going to de-loft it a little bit. Try to make sure we miss to the left of the pin, though. Assuming we hit it good. Which we don't. We're going to definitely miss left of the pin now. Yeah, my shot just sucks, honestly, right now, guys. It really does. I apologize.
This one's breaking left to right.
Trying to teach you things, and I can't even hit a shot. So, it's a down a foot. It's probably not down quite that foot. Once you get over like 6 inches, it just brings it to a foot. I'm going to bring this back a little bit. We're going to play this way up the hill. And try to find our distance here. Underswung it a little bit. It's not a good putt at all.
About 8 feet from the
Trash. Tried to push it through the... not literally push it, but try to putt it through the break. It's a fucking awful hole. It's a 3-putt bogey, too.
You're 7 under for the day.
I'm going to go hide in a cave now.
Low and right to left
3-putter.
on this one.
3-putter. Alright, this one we're going to loft up a little bit. Let's see if we can't hit a good swing. We can't hit a good swing. It's going to push us off to the left side of the green. It's actually not going to be that bad, though.
On the green safely.
Not going to be that bad. I'm just annoyed at myself right now. Extending the putt out just a bit.
Go a bit to the left.
It's going to break a little bit. Probably not a ton.
So far,
Hit a
so
good putt, and this one does go in.
Great work grabbing the birdie
Get the
on
bogey
after
right
bogey.
back.
That's some serious resilience.
8 under par. It's not my best round, but we're fighting it out here a little bit.
And teeing off now in a long
Tricky
par.
pin right behind that tier. I was looking at the pin because I was wondering if this side was better, but this side you bring on that bunker in play. So I think we actually take the right side here. All right.
To die for.
There's a good swing.
All right, you might want to club up a little bit. We have
Up 23. Into the wind. I think we probably need 5 iron here. 6. Wind's going to hurt us a little bit. It's going to bring us back to the pin a little bit. Let's see if we can put one good swing on this thing. We cannot put a good swing on this, but it is up on the top tier. It might be chipped by the time this keeps rolling. It's just another really subpar shot.
Well, you tried, you just didn't quite.
I don't think I've taught anybody anything today. I'm not going to lie about it. Let's see if we can make a chip. Gonna have to hit my points. We overswing. Hits the pin. Look at the celebration. Look at him go. Gee, Jesus, man. Okay. That's it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I didn't play that well. Sorry if you learned nothing. Let me know in the comments what you want to see as we move on through this CC cheat sheet week after week. But, yeah, hopefully next week I'll play a little bit better. But, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.